Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing. Testing 1 2. All right, here we go. Here is my vote from TastyWorks. Again, I was lazy. I did not do this. I should have I do have 200 shares. Does that mean this vote counts for 200 votes? Probably, right? Post down in the comments section below if you know the answer to that. I would imagine this counts for 200 votes. I encourage all of you, if you were part of the problem, to get off your lazy ass like I am and vote. We have until Tuesday, December 28th to get this in. I'm going to go through this real quickly. I'm going to actually read these out. That'll be pretty boring. Pretty boring to do in a video, so I'm going to read through these real quickly, see if I see anything crazy, you know, and then I'm going to kind of show you what I did, so I'll be right back. There we go. So I've gone through all of this. You can see it does have a the board recommendation for everything is pretty much 4. You know, I didn't see anything in there that jumped out at me, but I'm not a freaking lawyer. I'm not a, you know, I'm not an SEC expert. Whatever, man, right? Like, again, as I always say, SPACs are dangerous, SPACs are risky. I have 200 shares of this. I do believe, I personally believe, I'm not a financial advisor, this is entertainment purposes only. I do think that if you want this stock to go up, if you want the stock to be successful, you've obviously probably got to vote for all of this stuff. That's what I've done. I'm going to hit submit now. Okie dokie. There we go. So I've gone through all of this. You can see it does have the board recommendation for everything is pretty much 4. You know, I didn't see anything in there that jumped out at me, but I'm not. Well, that was embarrassing. I forgot to hit mute. I forgot I was live streaming. Anyway, my vote is in. My instructions, your vote instructions have been submitted. Let's go, baby. Everyone else get on this. I don't know. You know, I'm going to look into this. I don't know when this next vote will be. Will it be a week? I mean, I kind of implies that you got to vote by December 28th. Are we going to do this again at the end of the month? This might be a buying opportunity. This might hammer the stock. I am looking forward. I'm looking interested to see what happens on Monday. What do you think is going to happen on Monday? Is the stock going to pretty much, you know, the stock will probably pretty much stay the same, to be honest. They got 40% of the votes in. The majority were voting for this. This is most likely going to go through. Anyway, my vote is submitted. Get your votes in. All right, I am going to head over to the chat. I'm sure the chat is blowing up with about 20 million people asking me questions. Here we go. Boom. JF, no sound. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, this is... You got to be able to hear me. That video quality is kind of... Ugh, what's going on there? Can you hear me? These freaking streams. Maybe I have to restart it. Pretty sure the sound was working for me. Microphone check. Is kind of, what's going on there? Yeah, I wonder if that dude's still here. JF, you still here? No, you already gone? What, bro? Did you already leave? You already leave, bro? Come talk to me, come back. Hello? Hello? Alright, well. Why is this video quality so bad? We've got to, there's got to be a way to fix this. Edit. Live chat. Cancel. Let's see. Open widget is not optimal. Stream settings. Enable DVR. I don't know what to do, man. The stream's current is lower than we recommend you use the stream. Oh, well, I'm trying. My goodness. Oh, my mother. Setting. Oh, we gotta change that, don't we? 4,500. Let's see how that works. Fly. Boom. We're gonna stop. We're gonna start. Strong coffee. Big thumbs up. Yeah, hit them blue thumbs. I don't know if you're still there, JF. If you are, say something in chat, but I don't think you are, brother. Brother. Better. Why is this? I wonder if I just need to change my settings. Oh, because I have it at 144. I'm an idiot. All right, there we go. Looks fine. Testing microphone check 1, 2. Blue thumbs. I don't know if you're still there, JF. If you are, say something in chat, but I don't think you are, bro. All right, so I'm gonna get on with the video. Let's take a look. My LCA is in. What else we want to talk about? Let's talk about the price and my predictions. That is a good thing to talk about. This wasn't so far behind. All right, here we are looking at TastyWorks again, my preferred broker. Link down below. They are coming on with a coin exchange. I believe that date is now going to be January 4th. I am super excited. I will be coming out with a video. I'm going to start on that today right after this. This will be the trades of the decade. That's right, not the trades of December 2020. I am giving you the trades of the decade. These will not change. These will continue to go forward into the decade anyway. LCA, I have 200 shares. What is your price prediction on this Monday? I do think it's likely to be a pullback. It might be a buying opportunity. Again, SPACs are highly risky. SPACs are dangerous. LCA is one of the few SPACs that I am in. You will see that I'm in some others just because they're in play. I like to play stuff just because they're in play. I got BFT warrants. I got CGRO warrants. I got DMY warrants. I got some VGAC warrants. The only reason I'm even doing those is because, you know, I kind of like them. They're in play. I think they will get pumped. I'm just trying to make a little money. You know what? If I take some losses, I don't care. I'll just tax harvest them. It's been a great year. The SPACs that I've been in and that I really like right now are SBE. I did do a video on that right before the election. I called it beforehand. That thing is moving. I'm up over 100% in that. I like that one a lot. I don't know if I'm going to continue to keep that one on because of my trades of the decade. I'm going to be heavily into those. I'm probably going to get out of SBE if I'm being honest. I'm probably going to get out of LCA altogether. I might keep some on. You know, I don't mind having a little variety out there. I don't mind keeping it on my radar. I do like LCA long term. I do think this stock has the potential to 5x to 10x. How soon that happens, I don't know. Market conditions, they do have to continue to be profitable like they are. They will need to continue to expand. They are going to continue to have capital raises, which is not, you know, a lot of fun for the stock when those happens. But savvy investors know that that has to happen to grow quite often. So again, I do think LCA will see a 5 to 10x in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. I do think it's a decent, good long-term play. This company is only $1 billion, right around $1 billion market cap. There is plenty of room for them to grow to catch up to DraftKings and Penn, the other two big leaders in the market. LCA actually specialization is in iGaming, which is expected and predicted to be much bigger than sports wagering, which Penn and DraftKings are more heavily invested in. It makes sense. Go to a casino. The casino is 90% slot machines and dealers and roulette tables and things like that. Many of the things plus others that you will see in iGaming versus the little corner that's still pretty big and packed with people sports wagering. So as more and more states come online and allow this to happen, I do think there is plenty of room for LCA to grow. I do think, again, I think the stock might have a little pullback on Monday. You know, this news that the merger vote didn't go through can be quite devastating. If you haven't invested in this yet and you like it, this might be a great opportunity to get in. Again, only get in a speculative amount. Only trade an amount that you can afford to completely lose, because that is always on the table. This is a much higher risk play. Do not YOLO, or you know what, do whatever you want. If you're young and dumb like I was, I probably would have YOLO'd something like this. Maybe it works out for you. I think you're much better off YOLOing something like Tesla, or YOLOing Bitcoin, I think is an amazing YOLO. But I'm not a financial advisor. You know this. It's entertainment purposes only. Do not listen to me if you YOLO into anything. There is a great chance you will lose all your money. But short term, I do think, you know, I was a little surprised going into this that this price did not move up much. To be honest, I thought it might pump up a little. We don't know what's going to happen after the merger goes through. You do see I have 135 covered call against this. That is going to help if this goes down. I did hedge my deltas. I'm looking to get out of 100 shares minimum no matter what by this January 15th expiration date. But I still think $30 to $35 is on the table for this stock in the very short term. Put your predictions down below. I do want to hear them. Saint, what's happening? Welcome back. My apologies for that throat clear. Can you hear me, brother? Yeah, I still got that Mara. I put on 500 shares, buddy. What do you think of them? What do you think of them apples? Huh? And I still covered calls against them. I'm getting money both ways. I like the play, dude. I like it a lot. Oh yeah. How you doing, Saint Gang Gang? A microphone check. You still there, Saint Gang Gang? I'm working on these videos, so my apologies if I don't see you right away. You know, I'm trying something new. I want to chat with the public, John Q public, see how they're doing while making videos. I got nothing better to do. Drink some coffee, get caffeinated, talk markets, talk Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, that boy was hitting all-time highs. How are we doing? How are we doing indeed? Where did it go? Where did it go? Just chilling, watching this time. What a great time indeed. I grabbed my jewels because it's killing me that the TastyWorks exchange is not online yet. And FOMO, yep, supply and demand, dude. Like, it's much more than that. I am beginning to really understand blockchain and cryptocurrency. There is, excuse me for that, there is no doubt in my mind, some form of cryptocurrency will absorb and take over the global markets. It's just inevitable. And I think Bitcoin is definitely in the best position to do that and the most likely candidate that anything is capable of being disrupted, and Bitcoin included. Where the F is my chart? Did I close it? That's fine. We can bring it up again. Bitcoin. Look at that, baby. Clocking all-time highs. Ooh, a little pull. Oh, 24,000. What? All right, where are you located, Saint Gang Gang? Because if you're not in the United States, I probably can't help you. But, excellent question. Are you familiar with Thinkorswim? 24,000, son! So I grabbed my jewels. I bought one Bitcoin future, which is the equivalent of going long 5 Bitcoin. For every tick, it's $5. For every $1,000, it's $5,000. And I'm up. So right now, that market is actually closed. It closed when it was at 22,950. This thing is now over 24,000. That is another $5,000 that I get to add to my profit and loss in this. Anyway, TastyWorks. Let's see, Thinkorswim platform, right? Yeah. So Tom Sosnoff, this dude is amazing. TastyTrade.com, check it out. I watch it almost daily. I wake up to it. Tom Sosnoff is the creator of Thinkorswim. He did this with some other people, but he was the main driving force behind it. This guy is amazing. I've seen him in person. If you email him, he replies. Anyway, he invented Thinkorswim. They sold that and created it. They sold that to TD Ameritrade for tens of millions of dollars. I don't know, like 10 or plus years ago. They probably had some kind of non-compete clause in that. So he went out there and he started the Tasty Trade Network. It's an amazing network. It's free. They do live videos all day long. They teach you how to trade options. It's the majority of how I learn all my options and futures trading. There's a lot of good market talk that really keeps your head in the game. Anyway, eventually they came out with TastyWorks. This platform is amazing for so many reasons. But they created this. It's built on, like, he's very forward thinking. It's built on, high frequency trading. It's extremely fast. It's extremely efficient. You can do futures. They have micro futures. They have their own small exchange, which is some really cool futures, including, like, you can go precious metals, and the small exchange futures are like 1/10 the size. So you can really get into it, where this Bitcoin future I'm in is big. This is about 100, right now it's at $120,000 notional. So when you get into this, you got to be ready to get your face melted off and be able to have the capital. Because if Bitcoin were to crash, say if Bitcoin were to crash between now and tomorrow before this market opens, $5,000, I'm gonna, that's a $25,000 hit for me. Bitcoin crashes down to $10,000, yeah, that's a $50,000 hit for me. But like I said, they're coming online with a coin exchange that I'm extremely excited about. As far as I know, you'll be able to trade all cryptocurrencies on there. These bros are pretty good when it comes to fees, so I'll be curious to see what their fee structure is like, how it intertwines with your trading accounts. If it intertwines with your IRA, I have no idea if that's the case. And then the small exchange is coming out with their own crypto future that's really cool. It's going to be a bucket of futures. I'm definitely going to be trading the S out of that. I will probably trade that in my small account too. I'm going to be going long it. I can't wait for it. That is expected sometime Q1. And it's going to be a bucket, so it'll probably involve Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and might have some Litecoin. Who knows? I can't wait, but I'm definitely going to be trading that. All right, so this, like I said, this BTC future is massive. 5-to-1 leverage. I bought this when it was at 21,000. So for every 1,000 this goes up or down, you're going to go up or down 5,000. But it's 5-to-1 leverage. So for every $1 Bitcoin goes up, you go up $5. For every $5 it goes, so it's massive. So the CBE is coming out with an Ethereum future, and I think something else here next quarter too. That's going to be really exciting. I do think, I don't know what your account size is. Again, I am crazy into Bitcoin. There's no doubt in my mind crypto is going to be the future. I had a very good feeling that Bitcoin was going to start breaking out, and I didn't want to miss that. If the TastyWorks coin exchange was online now, I probably wouldn't have gone long 5 Bitcoins, but I'm in a position where I'm up so tremendously much for the year that I've already got such a huge tax payment that I'm like, screw it, I'm going to YOLO. But part of my YOLO is I had 250 shares of Tesla, which tied up about 80% of my capital. I actually sold 150 of those shares so that no matter what, I wouldn't have any kind of crazy margin call if Bitcoin crashed. So if Bitcoin were to crash $10,000, I would have lost $50,000 in that trade. I wouldn't have enjoyed it, but look at me. I still would have been up like 50,000 for the year. And I thought there was a really good chance that Bitcoin was going to continue to explode to the upside. We're in a bull market run. This thing is starting to go parabolic. I think it's going to be insane. I think it's going to be crazy. Look at this. Is Bitcoin going to be 25 grand by Monday? I think it has a very good shot. I mean, this thing could go insane and be 30 grand by the end of the year. Easy. 50 grand. Who knows? Like, this train is leaving the tracks. More and more people are getting onboarded. The FOMO, the YouTubers. Like, I started suggesting to my friends to start buying Bitcoin. And I'm eventually going to start making a video about this sometime today. I started buying it below 12,000, 200, 500, you know, every penny I could come up with. So in my Robinhood, I have almost 1.22 Bitcoin. I'm also investing in Bitcoin in my BlockFi account. I'm really beginning to love that BlockFi account. It's an amazing savings instrument. And you can, so right now I'm getting 6% interest on my Bitcoin in there. Bitcoin, excuse me. Getting 8.6% on just USD money in there. And it's compounding daily. It's amazing. I love it. I'm continuing to add more and more money over there. My long-term goal will probably be to get at least 1 Bitcoin in that account over there, just collecting interest and forgetting about it. In 10 years, it's going to be worth $1 trillion. I mean, I'm kidding, but not by much, right? And I'm also going to buy Ethereum over there. I like Ripple a lot. I think Ripple is going to be a really good play too, but Robinhood doesn't allow you to trade Ripple. BlockFi doesn't have Ripple. BlockFi is pretty young. I think they're going to start adding a lot of stuff to it. It's a pretty good platform. I tried it with Cash App. Cash App was a pain in the ass. So one of the trades of the decade is going to be Square. But man, I tried to trying to get my ID into Cash App was impossible. It would scan the front. No matter what I did, it wouldn't scan the back. So F you, Cash App. I'm done with you on that. Hopefully you get that fixed out. I Googled it. A lot of people were having that problem a year ago. So I don't know. I feel like that's something they need to figure out. But I do think Square is vying to be the biggest financial institution in the world. I think that's an amazing play. I think that's a 2 to 10x plus over the next 5 to 10 years. There's some other companies out there I really like too that are poised to possibly 24105. Are you watching this? Yeah, no, I kind of know how to do it. Before I get too sidetracked, I think Facebook and Apple. So Facebook is definitely going to try and become the world's biggest bank too. They're probably going to find stiffer government regulation on that. Apple's probably going to get involved too. It just makes so much sense for someone like Apple to add wallets to their iPhone, like Samsung to add wallets to their iPhone, right? So that's coming. And like if Apple figures it out and figures out how to like Square do transactions, be on both sides of the trade, get little fees off Bitcoin, things like that. And I'm like, eventually, where's my iPhone? I mean, I'm trying to prove a point here, but how are you never, this is like the most important thing. Like, I don't know where my keys are, but I always know where this is. Like, they need to just etch that into it just needs to be part of your body these days, right? So, and the watch too. I love the watch. Very versatile. Soon they're going to be having the glasses. You're just going to walk into a grocery store. You're going to have your little glasses on or your little watch or whatever. You're going to go around shopping. You don't even have to go through the check stand, man. It's just all magically going to happen. This could be your offline ledger. There's no reason for that. Anyway, I haven't done it yet because I don't really have a way to take custody. All my Bitcoin is in Robinhood. You can't take custody there. I'm going to leave. Probably going to leave. So the annoying thing is I want all my Bitcoin to be in either TastyWorks or probably something like BlockFi split around. I would want to move that Bitcoin from Robinhood to TastyWorks, but then, I'm up like $10,000, $12,000 on that. So I have to wait at least a year just so my interest, my taxes are only like 15%, but I don't want to pay taxes period on it, I guess, so I might just leave that over there and continue to accumulate as much as I can in TastyWorks and BlockFi. That's great. We spread it around. If one account gets hacked or stolen or whoever the hell knows what, at least it's not like life ending. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about Bitcoin. Look at this. 24,000 and it's still a buy. But yeah, so I don't have a way to take custody. I'll probably have, to me, it's just like, even when TastyWorks comes out, I don't really need to take custody on it right now. Eventually I might. It kind of scares the S out of me. Yeah, so yeah, eventually they're going to solve all that and it's going to be easy to move your Bitcoin around, but that's fine. You know why that's good? You know why that's a good problem to have? Because we're young, we're early to the party. It's like the internet in the 90s. People didn't understand and a lot of people thought it would fail. Hoo, were they wrong? Well, we're early to the party on cryptocurrency. We see it. We get it. We know this is the future. 5, 10 years, people like us are going to be loaded. Now, I'm not rich, wealthy. F you money. You know what I'm talking about? There was a dude in my chat the other day. Pretty cool dude. I don't know if he was full of S or not, but said he had 54 Bitcoin, got it at like $100. That alone's a bit hard to believe because that means you've already seen it at 20,000. Like For me, if I had 54 Bitcoin and it hit 19,000, either I had a lot more and I sold some of it, or I've just got cojones like nobody's business. Yeah, so I'm not sure how Robinhood does it. I'm sure they have a way, like if you buy it, they have to buy it and hold it or something like that, but you can't take custody. I don't know if they're ever going to fix that or change that. I would imagine they almost have to. So eventually, I mean, they're a huge company. So eventually they'll get that address, or they'll buy a coin exchange like TastyWorks is doing. Do you store your Bitcoin offline? Come on, baby. 24, let's keep going. I want 25. I think I want 25 by Monday. I mean, how could I complain Bitcoin's going up? I have the equivalent of over 6 Bitcoin right now. Sure as hell don't want it to go down. All right, let's get some content going. How could we not make a video without talking about Bitcoin? Are you kidding me? Look at this. It just broke 24,000. It's still moving. Let's change the time frame on this to 1 minute. Let's watch it. Oh, that's kind of ugly. Maybe we want to go. What do we want to go here? All right. Are you kidding me? How do we make a video without talking about Bitcoin? Look at this. Bitcoin is broke 24,000. I don't know what the exact high is, but it's over 24,000. It is still recommended as a buy in the technicals on tradingview.com. Guess what? I am more Bitcoin. Where's the drop? Anyway, I am super excited about this. What is your price target on Bitcoin? I think this has a good shot of hitting $25,000 by Monday morning. Put your guesses in the comment section below. This video was mostly dedicated to Lancadia Holdings, the merger and that vote, but I am going to start working on a video the rest of the day, the trades of the decade. Spoiler alert, Bitcoin, Tesla, and Square. Anyway, look at Bitcoin. Look at it go, baby. I have been recommending, I'm not a financial advisor, I've been suggesting to all my friends, urging them, begging them, please start putting a little bit of money into Bitcoin, into cryptocurrency. If you want to spread it a little around, you know, that's fine. Do a little Ethereum, do a little Ripple, but at least start putting some money into Bitcoin, whatever you can hold. Me personally, I get my paycheck and I squeeze every extra penny that I can, and I've been putting it into Bitcoin. I will be going over to my Robinhood. We can take a look at that. I will show it to you. Proof is in the pudding. I am also very excited about the TastyWorks exchange. Crypto exchange coming out. I have one Bitcoin future long that is 5-to-1 leverage. I am YOLO the YOLO, baby. I am going for it. Bitcoin is going to be one of the trades of the decade. The other two is going to continue to be Tesla. That's right, boys and girls. There's plenty of room for Tesla to go ape. And the last one is going to be Square. I will have some other plays there I like too, but those are the three. Yeah, so let me get into BlockFi, and the next state So LCA, I was doing some video stuff on that. I voted for it. The best I can tell, the vote did not go through. It got about 40% of the votes. From best I can tell, look for my video to come out on that. But anyway, the proxy vote is still saying vote by December 28th. I did put my votes in. So my guess is they might have, let's see what December, if that's a Friday, that's a Monday. So I wonder if they're going to have another meeting like this week. I'll continue to look for that news and I'll update you. That might cause a little pullback in the stock. Yeah, whatever. Like, I'm not worried about it. It's a small amount of my portfolio. Honestly, if the thing went to zero, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I wouldn't like it. It'd be whatever. Again, I am investing heavily into the things that excuse me, but I think they're trades of the decade. That's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be cryptocurrency. That's going to be Tesla. It's going to be Square. I'm going to repeat that like a broken record. I think LCA is a good play. If you love it, if you like it, there might be a pullback, might be an opportunity to buy more. I just urge you not to overextend yourself. Let's see, let's get up the BlockFi because I really do like this. We can do a little video on this too. Just gonna make sure that I'm not doxing myself. So far I've been pretty light into this, but I'm gonna start at least putting $100 or more a month into this. Incorrect. Let's see, that has to be the right account. BlockFi. In here, how is that wrong? I must have, all right, calm down. I'm sure it's in your vault somewhere. Block, ooh, not in there, what? No bueno. Oh, well, first of all, I'm putting the wrong email address there because I'm an idiot. All right. Make sure. So the BlockFi app kind of sucks, but because when I try and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum in the BlockFi app, it says I doesn't have the money. Look at this. I put in $100 and then I put in like $40 and I put in, I'm already accruing interest. Are you kidding me? This account has only been open for like a week. No, probably 2 weeks. So one thing I don't like about BlockFi is if you deposit money, it takes like 3 to 5 business days for that money to hit the account. And there's a cap of $500 a day. I'm assuming these are things that'll all get better over time. But dude, 6% interest on Bitcoin up to 2.5 Bitcoin. I don't know if that's going to change as Bitcoin price goes up. 8.6% interest on the US dollar. But for me, I'm putting it all into Bitcoin and Ethereum because you're going to get the deflation. You're going to get that price going up. This is long-term holding account for me. And I'm just accumulating. My goal over here is to get in this account alone. My goal in this account. Ah, man, I need to like put my thoughts together and create a video on this. All right. Let's move. All right. All right, everyone, here we are. We're looking at my BlockFi account. I do like this account a lot. I'm starting to put siphoning a bit more and more over here. I'm treating this like a savings account. I'm treating this like a savings account that I'm putting all the money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. This pays 6% interest on your Bitcoin up to 2.5 Bitcoin. After that, it goes down to 3%. These interest rates will change over time, but they're extremely good rates. You get 8.6% on your cash. I'm going to at least try to put $100 a month into this account, if not more. My goal over here is to at least get 0.28 Bitcoin over here. That is the amount to put you in the 1%. Guess what? I'm already well beyond that, but I have OCD, man. It's just like, here's another Bitcoin account you open up. You got to get that to 0.28, Tom, right? So I am in a mass hodl and accumulation phase. I am buying this Bitcoin. I am using it with money that I know I can't touch for 2, 3, 5, 10 years. I don't care. I make good money, I make decent money. I have a good job. So I'm taking all my money, investing that in the stock market, investing that in futures. 50% of that right now is allocated towards cryptocurrency. I do think it's the trade of the future. I do like this platform a lot. It does not work very well on the app on my iPhone. When I try and buy Bitcoin or buy Ethereum, it says I don't have it, but I can do it over here. I will show you that. Right now, I have $178 in Bitcoin. I have $100 in GUSD to spend. That is getting 8.6% interest. You can see I've had this account a couple weeks. Already, it accumulates daily. Are you kidding me? Anyway, a few other things I don't like about this platform is when you can only do $500 a day deposit. And it takes like 3 to 5 days for that to happen. So hopefully that's something they improve over time. You can get loans on your Bitcoin, I guess. I don't recommend that. They're coming out with a Bitcoin rewards card. I'm excited about that because you get Bitcoin rewards back, which is cool. What I do not like is the $200 yearly fee. Hopefully that changes. To me, I think you're much better off at this point having something like your other cards that give you good. It's a two-edged sword, right? Like you have to get those rewards from the other card, and then so it's going to be a market timing issue. It's also going to be for me, I'll probably just get the card, even though it's not smart. It's hassle-free, right? So I don't have to worry about buying and selling. I just get the freaking rewards in Bitcoin, right? I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be like, your time's valuable too. Anyway. So these are some of the complaints I have. Again, and one other like thing you've got to be very, very aware of is you can only withdraw. So this has really got to be treated like a savings account. That's how it should be treated. You can only make one withdrawal per month free. And then after that, it's a pretty hefty charge. I think Bitcoin is like, I forget, but it comes out to like $50 just to withdraw it. Anyway, let's take a quick look. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. I just come over here and I go trade. I buy a little Ethereum. I think I just made another $300 deposit in this, but that's not going to hit for another 3 to 5 days. We're going to buy 90, 80, 90, $90. One Bitcoin. Oh, look at that. It's 24,320. Like, am I buying it when it's too expensive? I don't think so, dude. Bitcoin's going to be 30 grand on Monday. Authorized $90 in Bitcoin. I got 1.2 million in trades left to do. Well, come on, son. I don't got that kind of money. I just purchased 0.003. Let's see what my Bitcoin total is. There's got to be... I have 0.0037 in Bitcoin, so I've got quite a ways to go to get this account to that 0.28. Why is that 0.28 so important? Is that puts you guaranteed in the 1% of Bitcoin. Let's go over here. Let's buy some Ethereum. I don't have any Ethereum yet. We're going to buy $10 in Ethereum. Do I have $10? $10 in Ethereum. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. I just purchased 0.014 Ethereum. I'm going to start not only, look at this. I mean, I put $240 into this account over the last 2 weeks. Look at this money I'm already making, boys and girls. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is entertainment purposes only. Don't do it just because I do it. I now have $268.35 in Bitcoin, $9.94 in Ethereum. So apparently, like transaction fees on market buys or whatever, that cost me like 6 cents. Anyway, there we go. That's BlockFi. Link down below. I love it. There's promos where, like, if you put money in there and you do trades and you can get free Bitcoin. I don't know. Check out all the details. Highly recommend it. I do like it. I do not know if you're still here, Saint Gang Gang, but did that answer all your BlockFi questions? Excellent question. I like Neo a lot. I actually like Xpeng a lot too. I am in pretty heavy into Neo. I currently have. Excellent question. Tom. I like Neo a lot. I actually like Xpeng a lot. All right, so Neo. I know I have that. There we go. So I have 700 shares of Neo over here. I have sold some covered calls. I'm probably going to light my load up to about, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 shares, but I love it so much. It's going to kill me to give those up. Why am I going to be giving those up? Because of Bitcoin, you know? My portfolio 2021 is going to be, oh my goodness, excuse me. Going to be, I got 100 shares of Tesla over here. That's not changing. I have 100 shares of Tesla in my IRA. I might cut that down to like 50 because I'm going to want to do crypto over there too. I have 100 shares of Neo over in my IRA. I might cut that in half. But I love it. I love Neo. I actually love Xpeng too, but they both scare me just because they are Chinese and you can't necessarily believe everything coming out of there. I'm not saying Neo and Xpeng are corrupt, but that's a risk, right? And I have heard rumblings of that being the case with Xpeng. I actually, until I heard that, I actually like Xpeng better. I like their car better until recently. So I love their car. I love a lot of what they're doing, but mostly because they're copying Tesla. Neo's got that ES whatever 9 coming out. It's a pretty slick SUV. It's unlike any nice SUV on the market. I think that thing could be phenomenal. There's rumblings of NIO being able to start selling in the United States. I think that is a possibility with Biden now being the president. It's hard to say though. I mean, there has to be continued regulations against China. No offense against the Chinese people. I love you, but the government, you know, like they're doing things in their best interest, just like we are. I'm not saying we're perfect, but the Chinese does do a lot of ripping off, right? So, I mean, I guess that's what you got to do. And maybe they will be, eventually they'll become the leader because of things like that we've done recently in the past, the dry up United States liquidity, you know, regulations that I'm not too fond of. Visas, what's that visa? Not allowing foreigners, you know, restricting foreigners to come into the country. What that did is that restricted the talent pool coming into the United States. Everyone wanted to come into the United States. We had the brightest and best coming in from the world, coming into the United States and improving our businesses. I do think that some of those decisions will cause some disruption in the future. We'll have to see. Hopefully Biden kind of loosens that up some. I think, you know, I do think some of that has to be there, but you know, maybe we went overboard. Anyway, rambling too much. I love NIO. I personally have an $80 to $120 price target on that for 2021. If the market continues to do what it does, that's a big if. If NIO continues to come out with good production numbers, improved production numbers, which I think is highly likely. I love the battery swap as a service. God forbid that they do say that they're coming to the United States. That would cause it to explode. Them going into Europe, I don't, you know, no Chinese company has ever been successful in Europe. Is NIO going to be that one? Things that do bother me is things about NIO I do not like. As far as I know, they're only in state-run facilities with a max capacity of 150,000. I could be wrong on that. Again, we just don't know sometimes when it comes to these Chinese companies. Right, where you got people like Tesla, their Chinese factory alone is going to hit 1 million by the end of 2022 probably. That's just one of their many factories, and they are very good. They got $20 billion in cash. So to me, again, personally, Tesla will continue to remain one of the trades of the decade. There is still 4 to 5x potential in there. NIO will go up with it. NIO does have the potential to really explode. The battery swap as a service, I love, especially when it comes to robo-taxis. If they can pull off autonomous self-driving, a NIO battery swap is a deadly combo. Yeah, that SUV, I love that SUV. That thing will be a hot seller. You know, a lot of Americans love their SUVs. I don't know what it's like over in China, but they're probably the same. It is pretty slick looking. You know, I have watched videos on these, but I don't know if these are, you know, they make it look like one video was really interesting, and I think it was the new NIO SUV. The dude's like, so they're talking to this guy, but the guy's just way too eloquent and just knew too many, like, professional answers and comparing it to Tesla. And to me, it just smacked of, it's not really an ex-Tesla owner becoming a NIO owner, which it very likely could have been. But you just, you know, you gotta be on the lookout for stuff like that. So was that just some NIO employee impersonating an ex-Tesla owner, or was it actually legit? So, you know, it's just too hard to tell. So unless I were to have contacts, anyone ever runs across this video, you are from China, you can prove, you know, I would love to talk to you. What are your thoughts on NIO? What are your thoughts on Xpeng? What about BYD? What about Candy? What else is over there? Anyway, now that I did so much rambling, I love NIO. I will keep some in my IRA. I will keep some in my big account. I'm expecting big things for NIO. I would love to see that thing, and I think it's possible for it to hit 55, get back up to its highs, 55, 65. maybe in the short term, but we have to watch. I don't know how Tesla is going to react. I did have a $700 price target on Tesla by the end of the week. Missed it by $5. That is unbelievable. You think the stock market, people love those nice round numbers. You thought it would hit 700. We'll have to see what happens on Monday. I don't know. You know, the S&P inclusion was based on Friday. I'm not an expert at all this stuff. So I still think there will be some upside potential on Monday, but when is the sell-off? Is the sell-off going to happen in Tesla? How much is that going to be? And if there is a huge sell-off in Tesla, is that going to weigh NIO down too? It's possible, right? Is NIO and XPeng beta weighted against Tesla? Are they their own thing yet? NIO just recently did another stock offering. This is something that they have done a tremendous amount. They've done it several times this year. They will continue to do that. They already have a pretty big, like $1.2 billion float, which is pretty high, where XPeng, I want to say, is around 800,000, about half that. Tesla's around 1.1 billion, but obviously Tesla is a much different company. They've already got close to very mature self-driving. They got the technology. They have the Dojo supercomputer coming online, which will be a huge factor in propelling full self-driving. They do battery storage. Battery storage is going to be its own massive, like theoretically, they could break that off. It's going to be a massive, massive potential there. That's why Tesla is my trade of the century. I don't know if NIO is going to get involved with more things like battery storage and possibly solar, but it makes sense for someone like NIO and XPeng to do the similar things over in China. And oh my goodness, if they were to start announcing things like that, like a NIO battery pack for your Chinese home, and then they were to buy it, like it would be. So that's right there is one of the reasons why we'll continue to hold some amount of NIO and XPeng. XPeng is probably more likely to get into something like that. XPeng, unlike NIO, XPeng has a couple of its own factories, from what I understand. I can't prove it, right? But they have a couple of their own factories. So if they were to get into something like that, again, though, you know, can you trust these companies? You know what company I can trust is Tesla. A lot of people are like, oh, Tom, I can't afford Tesla. It's so big. It's too big of a product. Well, you know what? Am I recording? I need to record. I just did so much good content. Here we go. I'm talking about the trades of the decade. These trades are going to be cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and Tesla. I just did a bunch of talking in the chat about Tesla. So let's continue. I'm going to continue. I do love NIO. I think NIO is a great company. I'm going to be thinning up some shares on that though for crypto. Let's talk about Tesla. So Tesla has just got so much going for it. They got the battery storage. They got, you know, solar. They got, I mean, the battery storage alone. They got the full self-driving is becoming very mature. They got the Dojo computer online that is pretty much just going to put the final nail in the coffin on full self-driving. A lot of people are like, oh, Tom, I can't afford Tesla. It's too expensive. That's why I buy things like NIO and you know, like trade of the decade. Let's take a look. I could prove it to you, right? We are going to look at my year-to-date realized profit and loss and unrealized profit loss. My trades of the decade are right now, get ready for it. Number one, cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple primarily. Mostly Bitcoin is where all my money's going. I will show that to you soon. I do have a Bitcoin future online, 5-to-1 leverage. What do you think most of my profit and losses came this year? You can't see it yet because I haven't organized it. Calm down. Here we come. What do you think I made the most money in 2020 in the stock market? Take a guess. If you guessed Tesla, I couldn't agree with you more. Just kidding. Look at this. Are we ready, boys and girls? Boom. $63,000 profit in Tesla I have made this year. I have been talking about it all year long. But when I talk about Tesla, it doesn't get the clicks. You know what gets the clicks? Things like LCA and whatever little dumb SPAC, right? No offense, but the money to be made, I've got 10,000 still on unrealized profit in Tesla. I've made 12,000 and six, so I've made close to 20,000 in NEO. Another great play. I've been touting NEO since below $20, and I started buying more heavily when it was hitting highs at 30. We know where that went. Xpeng, same thing. Bitcoin already in the number 4 slot, all off a recent 5-to-1 future I bought, already in the number 4 slot. Square, another one of my trades of the decade for many reasons, because of Bitcoin, because I believe it will become the biggest financial institution in the world. There's other players out there that are going to buy for that. Facebook, PayPal, Google, who knows, right? Anyway, Tom, I can't afford Tesla. It's too expensive. Let me explain something to you, boys and girls. I have a small account. I'm getting ready to go over to that right now. Let's take a quick look. I started this account in October. October 1st, I started this account. It hasn't even been 3 months. Profit and loss, well, that's wrong. There's something on there that's wrong. I've made about 20. Yeah, so this Tesla's showing up funky because of the close on Friday. This account is about up 100%. I started this around $2,500 October 1st. Again, it hasn't even been 3 months. I do like small plays over here. You know, I got me a little 1 share of Apple. Got me a few shares of DraftKings. I got me some LCA. I got me 10 shares of LCA over here. I love it. I got, you name it. Where do you look? I got Tesla. Look, I got a Tesla put spread in there. Define risk greater than 50% chance of profitability. Oh, Tom, I can't afford Tesla. Small account. Look at this. Started it with $2,500. I have added $250 since then. It hasn't even been 3 months. What do you think I've made the most money off this account? This very small account. Well, let's go take a look. If you guess Tesla, ooh, good for you, because I think that might be the right answer. $641, the number 1 profit and loss in the small account on Tesla. Do not tell me, do not have that small mindset where you got to buy small stocks to make money. You want to buy good growth stocks that you believe in that will make money. And for me, that was Tesla. I'm crushing it with Tesla over here. I'm also crushing it with NEO. And then I'm just doing a lot of little small plays. Look, I even made money in Hyliion over here. Remember when it was shill? Because I actually liked Hyliion pre-SPAC. When that bad boy hit $50, I suggested, even though I'm not a financial advisor, this entertainment purposes only, to dump that stock in oh so much hate. Same thing with Workhorse. I don't have Workhorse over in here. But I did trade and make money off Workhorse in the big account. Man, I made $1,200, not bad, but I said same thing. Dump that thing at 30 bucks, man. This stock's garbage. I think it's garbage. You're betting on a binary event. Even if they were to get 100% of the UPS contract, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon, they might put that thing back out to bid. Why? Like, if you want to put a speculative small amount in there, go for it. But if you want to YOLO in this stock, no offense, you deserve to lose your money. I said sell that at 30. So much hate. Ride, I don't even know if I have Ride in here, but that's I think Ride, I get so much hate for this. I do think Ride is one of the dumbest trades to be in on the board. Don't hate me. Again, if you have a speculative amount, this is my opinion only, and you bet a speculative amount in Ride, then go for it. Maybe you think I'm an idiot for putting a speculative amount in LCA. You know what? Maybe I am. But again, that thing can go to 0. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Now, Bitcoin or Tesla go to 0 or Square go to 0, I'm going to lose some sleep over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, my throat's getting dry. All right, let's do a Bitcoin alert. Where are we at? Are we still over 24,000? Because that will make Tom very, oh my goodness. Oh, we dropped. We're down. You know what? I'm okay with this hovering around 24,000, all-time highs. This thing is gonna move. What is your price target on Bitcoin? I do think I gotta start recording. All right, what did I wax on about over here? So this is waxing on about a bunch of stuff. All right, this is gonna be a lot of Tesla talk. I'm gonna chop up some videos here and put something together. Here we are, boys and girls. We're looking at Bitcoin. It's hovering around the $24,000 mark, consolidating a bit. Put your price target in the comment section below. This will be making a video sometime this weekend. This is one of the trades of the decade. Again, every spare cent I have is going into Bitcoin, Ethereum. I can't wait. I want to put some money into Ripple just because I'm a degenerate. I like Ripple, not that Thunderbird. Most of you won't get that joke. Hardly anyone will probably get that joke, but Ripple is one of those alcoholic beverages, one of those cheap ones that you get. You got that Thunderbird, the same thing. I think Thunderbird's still around. I don't know if Ripple is. Anyway, I love Ripple. I want to put some money into that. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, if this bull run continues, they will all do very well. When Bitcoin crashes, those altcoin crashes much, much, much harder. I gotta check my phone because maybe one of my friends is telling me it's time to, PS5 somewhere, man. Them things, them shits are so hard to get. It's driving me insane. Anyway, so what is your price target on Bitcoin just for Monday morning? I think this thing will touch $25,000. Am I crazy? Maybe. I think Bitcoin, what is your price prediction for Bitcoin in 2021? I don't see how this thing doesn't get to 50,000, 100,000 potentially. There are many, many people out there that are saying 2, 3, even 400,000, that it should be 400,000 right now. I do not disagree with them. I do think Bitcoin will become the reserve currency, will overtake gold. I do think Bitcoin is highly likely to take over the world's reserve currency, absorb the dollar, absorb everything in its path. There are so many things that is hard for people to wrap their head around when it comes to Bitcoin, the blockchain. The more and more I learn about it, to me, if you are listening, I know most of you don't understand Bitcoin. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm starting to really understand it. Being an engineer in the tech industry, I'm not an idiot when it comes to this. Having a degree in business, I'm not an idiot when it comes to business and finance. So I clearly see, I see the long-term potential future vision in this. It could do so much. It's incredible. A lot of people have a hard time wrapping their head around it, but it doesn't matter. Here's why. The FOMO train is leaving the track. Smart money, like big investment firms, Grayscale's buying it by the millions, PayPal and Square buying it by the millions. They are buying more than the current mining supply of Bitcoin even being produced. You've got companies, Mass Mutual Insurance, they've been around since forever. They just put $100 million into Bitcoin. You can't go a day without seeing some big company putting money into Bitcoin. That is going to continue to accelerate. The on-ramps, the ease of availability to get into Bitcoin is going to continue. More and more people, the Momo train is left the tracks. People are eventually going to realize that you lose purchasing power in your dollar over time. Not only just the inflation rate alone on it sucks, but inflation doesn't even cover everything. They don't track prices of food and clothing and things like that. Those are huge expenses. So your purchasing power on the dollar is being devalued by a big amount every year. So Bitcoin, so there's pros and cons to everything, right? So Bitcoin is highly volatile. For me, you've got to start putting your money into Bitcoin, but for now it has to be an amount that you're not going to touch this for a long time, and it's could be a very bumpy ride. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at $24,000, but there's no reason why this thing can't pull back 17, 15, 13. Let me explain something to you. If Bitcoin crashes back down to like 15,000, I'm loading the boat, right? If it goes down to 10,000, I'm selling kidneys, because it's, unfortunately, Bitcoin is highly volatile. There will be pullbacks. I think it's much more likely that this is going to continue to be a parabolic move to the upside before we see one of those pullbacks. I'm not so certain that the next pullback is going to be a massive 40% pullback, just because of so much institutional buying. More and more people are going to start, like, they don't even have to understand it. They're just going to see that everyone's getting into this. Everyone's making money off of it, and they are going to get it. They are going to want to get into it. The ease of availability is getting easier and easier to buy Bitcoin. Eventually, Bitcoin will likely be either backing some other cryptocurrency that most people are using to do all their transactions, or it will be the item doing the transactions. And again, there's a finite supply of Bitcoin. Right now, there's roughly 18.5 million. That's it. There's 7 billion people on the planet. I have over 1 Bitcoin. That means I'm already in the 1% of Bitcoin. It's crazy. So the more and more people realize that they need to put their money into Bitcoin, it's going to be easier. It's going to continue to explode to the upside. Another thing people have a hard time wrapping their head around, just like Tesla. Man, I can't afford Tesla. I can't afford Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 24,000. Dude, you can buy, it's just whatever amount you want to buy. I mean, usually there's like limits, like you got to buy at least like $20 worth. But you can buy $20 worth of Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin 50x's in 10 years, that $20 is now going to be worth $1,000. Or if you just put $20 in your savings account, at $20, maybe you're getting a little bit of interest. Maybe it's worth like $30, $40 in 10 years. But the amount that is deflated, like it just lost so much value. So again, highly encourage, even though I'm not a financial advisor, this entertainment purposes only, start putting savings into crypto. I'm not saying being reckless like me. Like, all my savings right now is in crypto and in the stock market. Here's the deal. I could lose everything in the stock market. I could lose everything I have in cryptocurrency, and I'm going to be a depressed mofo. But dude, like, I have a good job, right? I'll still be able to pay my mortgage. I'll still be able to pay car payments. I'll still be able to put food on the table, and I'll be able to rebuild, and I'm going to be okay. Now, I'll be a lot more okay. So maybe I'm being a little reckless. Maybe I'm not. I don't think so, because I think Bitcoin in 2021, 50, 100,000 plus. By 2030, by 2025, I think it sees 500,000. By 2030, I think 1 million plus is possible. Put your predictions in the comment section below. I want to hear it. I want to know how much Bitcoin you have, what price you got it at, how much Ethereum do you have, what price you got. Are you a hodler? I'm a hodler. Like, some of you out there are collecting Beanie Babies or Pokemon. I don't know what the cool thing is right now. I'm collecting Bitcoin. I'm collecting Ethereum. Soon I'm going to be collecting Ripple. Like, I'm a hoarder. I'm a cryptocurrency hoarder. Are you a hodler? Are you a hoarder? What are you doing? Please let me down below. Again, please tell me your price predictions. I am going to stop this rant. Oh. A microphone check. All right, here we are looking at Square. I did a video. Man, look at this move. Like, what? Let's adjust this. All right, Square, we're talking about trades of the decade. I have 3 trades of the decade. Recap, that is going to be Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Ripple. The other trade is going to be Tesla. Oh, Tom, I can't afford Tesla and Square. Oh, Tom, it's still too expensive for me. Dude, there's so many ways to trade things like Square. Check out my M1 Finance down below. Check out my ETTF. I think Square is 10 or 15% of that. You can buy partial shares. You just assign a percentage, you put money. If you're a passive investor, have it auto put money into your pie, have it auto buy it. Check it out. I love my ETTF. That thing is a movement. I started that in September. It's already up like 30, 40%. Tesla's number 1, Square's number 2. The only reason Bitcoin is not in there, and probably number 1, is I don't even think you can buy that. That is going to be changing next year with the NASDAQ bringing stuff online, futures, etc. Who knows? Anyway, Square, I love this company. I did a video in August where I'm like the 3 best stocks to buy now. That video got 17 views. I was probably 5 of them. But that video said Square, Tesla was in there and Square was in there. I've already shown you how well I've done in Tesla, even in a small account. You can do that with a small account with options, or you can do that in a small account with Robinhood, buying fractional shares. I have a link down to that below. So I would much more highly recommend, if you're a beginning trader, you do the M1 route. You can buy partial shares there and just start building it up. Tesla and Square will continue to be my trades of the decade until I say otherwise, and I don't see that changing. Again, anyway, I did a video in August, the best 3 stocks to buy now. Tesla was just in there. That wasn't one of the 3. I think one of the other ones was Space, and that was when it was below 20. That one's having a bit of a rocky road. I still love that one a lot. The other one was Lemonade. I think Lemonade at the time was like $50, $60. We don't even need to do a price check. That one's moving. I think that was over $100 the last time I checked. Anyway, I love Square that much more. I actually started getting a little sour on Lemonade. Pun intended, haha. Anyway, because Tesla is going to have their own insurance, though I do think there is a lot of market out there for Lemonade. Obviously, some of the big problems or concerns with Lemonade would be regulation, and there are a lot of big money players in that space that could be lobbying against Lemonade. Anyway, Square, I love Square. They are positioning themselves to be the world's biggest financial institution. They are being smart. They are being savvy with cryptocurrency. They are purchasing it. I do expect them. You can already buy cryptocurrency with the Square Cash App. If you were not aware that Cash App is owned by Square, now you know. That is one of the big reasons why Square is moving so much. Cash App has had an explosion due to the recent year we've had for obvious reasons. I'm not going to say what that is. You know what it is. I cannot wait to get my vaccine. Anyway, Square is on both sides of the transaction. They are selling the equipment to the retailers, getting money off them in the equipment, getting money off them in the transaction fees, and they are getting money on the other side as you are the one using the Cash App. There will be a lot more incentive for you to start using things like Cash App. Again, I do think companies like Apple and Facebook are going to start entering this arena. It just makes way too much sense for Facebook to get into this. I'm curious to see how all these companies, Square, especially moving forward with any kind of, like, I think you can even start trading stocks on the Cash App now. Maybe that's something that'll get a little bit more mature. But I do see a 5 to 10x plus potential in Square on their way to becoming the most dominant financial institution on the planet. Awkward silence. As they become, all right, so they will become. Yeah, so there we have it. I like Square a lot. There is a lot of potential. Oh, Tom, this is getting bad. We're gonna have to chop this one up, aren't we, boys and girls? So yeah, I recommended Square back in August. Hardly got any views. I think it was around $130 at the time. Already 100% banger since then. I do think this is a 2 to 10x potential over the next 2, 5, 10 years. I have 100 shares of this in my big account. I'm going to try everything I have to keep that 100 shares, maybe cut it in half, but I will keep shares on this long term. One of the trades of the decade, along with Tesla and cryptocurrency. Coinbase and Robinhood, excellent questions. I'm not a big fan of trading IPOs. Fubo TV, hey JF, how you doing? You can hear me now? Thanks for coming back. Man, it's getting too hot in here. I gotta turn off that heater. So let me get to Coinbase and Robinhood. Coinbase has a lot of problems, but there is definitely going to, like, that one is going to garner a lot of publicity. And that IPO is going to be crazy. Robinhood IPO, like if they said that IPO is coming out, because that shit is going to be insane. That will probably be one of the biggest IPOs ever. But you can't, as a retail investor, you're insane if you get into these IPOs. I mean, most IPOs don't do well in the first 2 years. Like, they're going to start off. Let's take a look at some recent ones. So we can look at Uber. All right. So, man, what is up with this chart? Because we're on the 1 hour. We want to go to the 1 day. All right, how do we fix this? I want to do daily. Man. Oh, we probably want to change this to like, I don't know. This is embarrassing. So I want to show you that like stocks like Uber, you know, they come out, they have an explosion. These IPOs, like Uber was extremely publicized. A lot of people wanted to get into that. It went up, like the next day it went down a lot, and it took them 2 years to get to all-time highs again. And those all-time highs came during the pandemic, which is insane. Like, oh, it's going to recover. I mean, I guess, but dude, like it's recovering to a price more than its previous all-time highs. Like, what crack are you smoking? Why can't I go back further than... Oh, all right, here we go. 5 year. What is going on? Weekly, 5 year. Oh, I probably gotta do this job. This is 5 year. Oh, I don't know what the hell's going on here. We gotta start over. Unbelievable. Let's just start over. All right. Where's Bitcoin at? I want to see anyway. 23,931. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Go back. All right. So let's go to Uber. Dude, I don't know what's going on here, man. Only going back like a month? 5 year? No. I don't know. Anyway, you know, screw TradingView. I'll figure this out later. All right, my apologies for this. All right, look at this. How far are we gonna? We're gonna go daily. We're gonna go back 3 year. All right, so it came out. It IPO'd around $20-some. It shot up to, I don't know, like 40, 50 bucks. And then like 2 years of down, up, like, no. And you're going to see this in a lot of IPOs. So recently, Airbnb and Dash were insane. And Coinbase is going to be crazy. But Robinhood, are you kidding me? That thing is just going to be insane. We'll do Airbnb because I remember most of this the best. So Airbnb, not A, B, and D. This thing was supposed to be like a $30, $40 stock. These crooked ass banks, they keep driving the price up based on demand. Me personally, I think people that are buying this stock now, unless you're wanting to hold it a really long term, there's much better places to put your money. And I'm going to say the same thing with Robinhood, man. It's just not very good for retail investors. Like for me personally, like I think Robinhood is going to be an amazing stock, an amazing trade, but you can't get into it early at a good price. It almost has to go down. Even recently, like, so this thing was supposed to come out like $40, $50. They kept bidding it up. Before it even hit the market, this thing was at like $150, which is insane. Dash was the same thing, and I think Dash is even a worse buy. Same thing, man. Like this thing was like $170, $180. Are you kidding me? So Snow, like, so some IPOs do pay off, but most don't. Like Fitbit, like I don't even think that, were they bought by someone? Yeah, they don't even exist anymore. That thing went off to the moon and then crashed. A lot of IPOs are going to do that. I don't necessarily think Robinhood's going to do that. But look at Snow. It is a recent success, but it's not like it didn't have problems. This thing was up around $245 and then down to not too bad. So Snow actually held up pretty well, and now it started clocking all-time highs and it started pulling back. So when it comes to these IPOs, like, don't expect to get rich off of them. You can get rich off of them. You can get lucky. You want to do a speculative amount? Typically what I do, I did trade Dash. I haven't traded IPO yet, but I just did a call credit spread. I did a bearish call credit spread. I'm actually down $63 in it. Whatever. My max risk on this, $320. Still a good chance that that trade will be profitable. Just to stay engaged. I'm not, like, generally speaking, investing in IPOs is not a very smart move. What is interesting is TastyWorks is apparently working on this thing where you could put your name on a list and you can get into a pre-IPO. So I don't know how easy that's going to be. You know, I would definitely try and do something like that with Robinhood, but I would imagine getting on that, like getting into that early, is going to be near impossible. And I also imagine if you get onto one of those lists, you're going to be locked up for at least like the first 6 months, which is fine. But IPOs are one of the most risky things you can invest in the stock market. The only thing that has a worse rate of return would be SPACs than I know of. And then obviously your little penny stocks and stuff. I don't have any thoughts on Fubo TV, to be honest, JF. I don't know if you're still here. But like, are they already a stock? I know they show up on my Samsung TV, but I haven't put Fubo TV. Man, they're moving. Why are they up? 5-star liquidity. Saint Gang Gang gave me a Mara trade. I might have to put on some Fubo. Put this on my radar. Let's see what we got here. I mean, I like it. It's got 4-star liquidity. I would definitely do an option trade. I don't have a directional bias. Streaming market, they stream, right? So there's a lot of competition there. I don't know if they're specialized in different countries. I mean, Fubo kind of gives me a Hispanic vibe. You know, obviously there is a huge Latin American presence in the world. I mean, I may be Fubo. I don't even know why I think that, right? I may be way off on that. Like, what do they specialize in? We can definitely, like, I would definitely look at doing something like a Iron Condor in there, just to have some money on, just to put it on my radar. What do we got going? So I could do strike selection, $5, 2.5 wide. That kind of sucks. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh, there's nothing in the 30. Yeah, so I don't have any thoughts on them. They're not really on my radar. My focus, JF, is going to be cryptocurrency. It's going to be stocks like Tesla, NEO, Xpeng, EV, but cryptocurrency, Square, things like that. I am going to continue to invest heavily into those. Anything else like Just going to be options plays for the most part. I do have this Mara trade on. I do like Saint Gang Gang brought that to me. I'll probably keep that on for a while. I do think there's a lot of potential. I'm already up in it. All right, someone calls against it too. Hopefully that answered your question. I mean, honestly, I don't. Fubu's not really on my radar. My apologies for that. You know it is on my radar. You guessed it, Bitcoin. Where are we at? Weekly. 1 minute. Man, I gotta learn how to use this better. What are all these dots for? All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I will be doing a futures open tomorrow, 3 o'clock PST. Start chopping some videos together. Be on the lookout for that. The trades of the decade. You two don't need to watch that video. You already know what my trades of the decade are, but I do appreciate the support. All right, here we go. Tomorrow going to 30 plus at 24K. If beat, the miners will go. Any other good miners out there I need to be in, Saint? I'm not gonna lie, I like that play. I like that Mara play. That was a good one. Might have to keep those on. Might have to buy some more. Actually, let's chop up something about SPACs. Everyone's always asking me about this SPAC, that SPAC, this IPO, that IPO. Let me tell you something, boys and girls. SPACs and IPOs are highly risky, highly dangerous. I've been trading a lot of SPACs lately just because they're in play. The only SPACs that I've had for any type of length would be LCA. I do like LCA a lot. I will be looking to sell some of that though, but I will be looking to continue to keep some of that long term. I've got 10 shares over that. Over my small account, I do not plan on selling those ever. In my big account, I will be selling some of those. As you can see, I do have warrants. I'm enjoying warrants. It's just keeping me engaged. These warrants, I like them. BFT, you know, I'm up on that one, $50. Segro, I'm down on that one. I forget what Segro was even going to do, but they're in play. You know, we're having a little fun. I got VGAC warrants. I'm gonna down a little money in that. They haven't even announced what they're gonna do. I'm just gambling that they're gonna announce a Hyperloop and that thing is gonna go parabolic. Another SPAC I like a lot is Tattooed Chef. I do have some of that over in my small account. I don't have that over in my big account because, broken record, I am putting all my money into cryptocurrency, Tesla, and Square for the most part. That is going to be the majority of my portfolio. I will continue to discuss stocks. I will continue to discuss SPACs. I will continue to discuss IPOs. I will continue to trade those, mostly in the form of options, give you a better than 50% chance of success. It's a great way to stay engaged. It's a great way to get that short income, passive income, however you want to look at it. So I will continue to discuss and trade SPACs, but if you want to make the real money, you've got to do it in great stocks. If you want to trade IPOs, you want to trade SPACs, good for you. I am all for it. Just do a speculative amount. Just trade an amount that you know that this could be lost. You're okay with that. Do not be one of those fools that just does nothing but SPACs and is with the attitude, I just need one of these to hit. Let me tell you, that is a very, very, in my opinion, poor trading strategy. My apologies. Hopefully you're still there. So, Riot, you mentioned before. BTBT, Riot. Riot blockchain, $10. I might have to do a little something. 3-star liquidity. BTBT. Chinese, $5. What have they done? Ooh, not very good liquidity. Let's see. That's almost has to be OTC. Yep, that's going to be OTC, and BFARF is going to be another OTC, I'm sure. So Riot, I'm going to put this on my radar. Maybe we'll trade that on Monday. I greatly appreciate that Mara trade. I owe you a beer for that one. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Greatly appreciate you guys coming in. I will be continuing to do things like this, especially on the weekends. I figure it's a good way to start getting some engagement. I enjoy just talking to people much more than I do making the videos. But, you know, I can multitask, try and make some videos out of it. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot of footage to go through. Got to chop some shit up. Anyway, thank you for coming in. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I might even do this again tomorrow morning. Who knows? But I will be live streaming the Futures Open, 3 o'clock PST, and looking forward to my Bitcoin future long that I do have on. If it continues to hold these levels, that's already going to be another $5,000 profit in the books, or maybe it crashes and I'm having a very bad day. Anyway, thanks for coming. Love you guys. Peace.